Bit of an unhealthy trend there, but you know. Actually, yeah, Monster Hunter is a good example. They still get good. I mean, I never was that much into the series myself, but from what I hear, they're still doing precisely what people would like them to do. This game is also a good example, you know, they started on, they had a tendency to introduce some new things, sometimes more, sometimes more, that always were somewhat debatable. For example, adding more characters apart from Adol as the main character, you know, having whole teams that you then had to control somewhat, as it is after all, at its core, a single-player game and nothing else. But they kept going in a very, very straight line when you think about it, even with what they added, which is rather important. Ah, good times. I really wish more companies would just keep doing that. Would be good for both sides. The companies would make good money off that. Maybe even, you know, making enough in sales once in a while that you actually get your production cost back in. Because I'm pretty damn sure that the fucking Veilguard game is not going to give BioWare back what they spent. Because let's assume that modern game production for a AAA studio, what's that gonna cost? Like 100, 200 millions around and about? Well, imagine how many $70 copies you would have to sell to just get that big in again, let alone get enough money to start maybe a next project in the plus. Jesus. Won't be able. Wait the challenge. Business and entertainment does not need to be opposed, because as I said, you know, if you give people what they want from the franchise that they love, they're gonna buy it. They're even gonna buy the fucking premium edition, $90 plus nonsense with 3-day early access and all of that nonsense that I really, really fucking hate because it's fucking stupid. But if it's for a franchise I do love and I do have the money to spend, I will spend that money happily even. So long as I actually get what I want. Yep. It's also going to do wonders for your reputation, because then, when your next game comes, people will indeed buy that not so much as a second look. Seems like something I would like to achieve. But well, what do I? You know, as somebody who has played games for fucking decades, what do I know about what games I would like to play? Obviously, I can't know anything about it yet. Obviously, please. You could make such a good business model out of it, a workable business model out of that even. But no, we will not. Fucking assholes. Fucking assholes everywhere, I tell ya. I'm so happy once I don't need to use the skill any longer. It costs far too much, it does far too little nerve damage. I mean, to be fair, I will say this, after Victoria 3, I'm somewhat wary of fucking Paradox, and Paradox brought out a role for at this point. I'd look at that rather skeptically, I'll be honest. Because Paradox 2 has kinda forgotten the deal we originally had. So originally was, okay, we give you a grand strategy game, something you don't find that many of, and we're gonna make it decently enough and interestingly enough that you can personally justify buying a few DLCs to get more out of that experience. And it worked for a long while. Until Paradox got ever more greedy. I remember. Imperator Pro. Yes, I remember that particular thing. Ah, good times. Yeah, but that doesn't justify that they are basically making the games that they bring out that should be the platform for said DLCs ever more bare bones. That's really, really going the wrong way, but I'm not saying they do everything wrong, mind you. Also the whole subscription-based thing. I'm kind of two minds, because, well, one end is it's cheap money grab, yes, but it does allow you, technically speaking, to play the game with all it has to offer. for set price every month. So from a monetization point of view, that's actually not a bad idea for them. And from the player's point of view, it can be positive if you never played Paradox game and you never bought one of the DLCs. Well. But, you know, Paradox does need to be kept on a very short leash, I will politely point out. They're kinda overdoing it quite a bit at this point. And I'd really rather they don't. Okay, so now we can go back and give her the things. Okay, fair enough. Get it out of our hair then. As I said, you know, the past deals were kinda satisfactory. Which is the whole reason why even I, you know, over the years bought many their DLCs. Would I do the same thing for Victoria 3, for example? Debatable. As I said, you know, if Paradox had kept their end of the bargain, I would not have any problems with that. They wouldn't even need to grab for any straws to monetize even further if they had just kept the word up. Which is also the reason, you know, the whole original rather satisfactory experience was the whole reason why Paradox could get away with such a assholish DLC policy in the first place. Not even the problem, it worked. And they decided to make it worse. Of course they did. Greed is not necessarily something bad, but an overabundance of greed in your decision making tends to piss people off. Quite a bit. But I mean, you know, maybe Paradox, after they were pretty sure any other project they failed apart from their strategy games, because they did try to go into other areas as well. I think they even tried, I mean, they still hold the license for Vampire's Bloodlines. That so far doesn't seem to be going anywhere profitable. They also tried other things like that, basically a Sims clone or something, way in the past, if memory serves. So the only thing that is somewhat profitable for Paradox are grand strategy games. Now you would assume they would treat that particular business very carefully then. They have been rather greedy. As I said, let's never forget Imperator Rome. That's just nothing that should ever be forgotten. And they did promise to fix it. And then after a few months, of a few patches, they just quietly put it under the rug and hope that nobody smells the carcass. I can try to write that. I will not forget that. Victoria 3 too. Victoria 3 is also a nice example of Paradox being a bit too front of their greed. Yeah, now from what I've seen so far, even Paradox does not consider what the Bloodlines 2 is at now to be even DLCable. I did read an interview about that. As it quite clearly stated that now we are not going to make any DLC for that, and if a company like Paradox says about a game that is not DLC worthy from our point of view, you know, they consider that to be a just, you know, a complete dead end. Absolutely. And honestly, at this point, considering how much delay there has already been, yeah, I don't. Even if that thing comes out, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be a fucking catastrophe. That's really all it is. Which is sad, because that was a fucking awesome franchise at one point. Quite enjoyable. Vampire the Masquerade. Quite a good game. Even though at this point it is kind of somewhat aged, it's still pretty good. Makes it even sadder that we will never get a worthy successor. Alas, just gonna be another franchise you have to bury deep in your mind and heart and forget about it if you can at all, because whatever they're gonna do with the fucking carcass of said franchise is not going to be pleasant to look at. In fact, I would say it is probably as pleasant as looking at a zombie after, you know, a few months of decay. It's the sort of pleasant feeling you're gonna get from it. Yeah, but that's the point. You never get that. You'll get something that is just rape. Necrophilic rape in this particular case, which makes it even more horrible. Why is that actually marked? Oh yeah, because that is the small island we landed on when we fought the thing that was controlling the white sharky. The Cullen Island is where we get some monsters to slave members as. Honestly, and a very interesting point that comes to mind when I read your beer tier here is actually something I've seen in Animu. You see, the amount of Animu that is worthy of considered to be really great, masterpieces even in some cases, although that is even still a tier higher than just great, actually has dwindled over the years quite a little bit. Nowadays, I'm quite happy to just get some mid-tier anime that is good at being mid-tier. It doesn't even try to be awesome, it doesn't even try to go way above its weight class. No, it just stays at its tier. And if that gets a second season, I'm like, hey, that's good. That is still entertainment. That is still enjoyable entertainment, which I find I'm absolutely grateful for. It's a sign of the times, yes. It is actually rather satisfying in its own way. Once you stop wishing for, you know, the grunt, the masterpiece, all of the good shit, you actually get a lot of nice entertainment out of it. Sure, it's not nearly as well. Sometimes, you know, once in a while you do get a masterpiece that just comes out of nowhere, hits you just right, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna be one for the decades to come. But I don't see any problem seeing that in games as well, you know. If I get a decent amount of decent games, just decent games, not good games, just you know, decent games, decent systems that somewhat play to what I want to see in my games, you know, that somewhat appeals to me, I'm going to be very happy. I'm even willing to spend money on that. I just don't want any garbage that wears the skin of something I once loved, because I find that highly disrespectful. Yeah. Sometimes you just want something quick and easy to enjoy, you know, it doesn't need to go out of its way to become fucking amazing. All of that we could get, couldn't we? Are we supposed to be hunting a monster here, or was that? I'm confused now. I had confused myself because I was making... Here's that in the cave. And I just managed to confuse myself. Probably I did. Because there's nothing here, right? Yeah. How the times have changed. And I... No, there's definitely something here, I just don't know what. Confusion. That's actually true, yeah. That Assassin's Creed at one point, which means that Ubisoft, mind you, can you imagine Ubisoft at one point being smart enough to realize, wait, people really like that. You know what? Let's make that a focus of the next game. People will buy that, and they fucking did. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how that works. It's almost like I can see a certain trend there, where giving the fans what they wanted, what they screamed for, is a absolutely good business decision as well. It's like, oh my god, that's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, but to some people that must be a really shocking idea. Like what? We create something around something that people actually like, and then they are gonna buy that? Oh, my mind is blown. 100 times over at this point. Where have those sensible days gone? But I had a distinct feeling that companies actually liked making money. But the greatest problem I had with a company like Ubisoft was the fact that they were quite willing to make money. Those were the days, I suppose. That's kind of the problem, isn't it? Ubisoft... you know, there's a reason why we do have such big gaming companies. Now, at some point they were actually pretty good at what they were doing. Obviously they were pretty good at what they were doing. They are the monsters I was looking for. And then they decided to let that all fall apart. And I still don't understand how you could make this decision reasonable. If you, just from the aspect of I'm a company, I want to make money. Lots of money. Do you really think angering your fucking fans over and over again until they're so fucking wary of you, they're not even going to pre-order your games any longer? Do you really think that it's a good business decision? I don't. Ah, strategy, welcome back. What were you doing in the meantime? Are you playing a game? Because even the Cronus was like, why are the strategies waiting in his opinions on this particular topic? Now then, special monsters. Do I want to fight special monsters with my shabby ass fucking skill that I don't like? Oh no, I now know what it is. Know what it is here. About your future. I hate that just goes in one particular direction. Never come back. What's your way? We're gonna do this again then, eh? Maybe don't learn your lesson, do you? That kind of depends on what series. This series, for example, was always in action 1. Starting with the bump combat in 1 and 2, and going from there basically. While other games, like the Trails games, for example, were always been classically far more turn-based. For those games, turn-based is indeed the right way. The monster just decided to suicide itself by jumping in the water. Nice. That saved me a lot of trouble. But in general sense, yeah, turn-based does go pretty damn well with JRPGs. Unless you specifically make your whole game along the lines of this series. It's always such a nice thing when politics ruin families, isn't it? Oh well. I learned a long time ago not to get involved in it. I spoke to Conspiracy. Ooh, 3k. I know the situation when you suddenly have to come up with lots of money. I just recently needed to find a way to get my hands on a nice little 1k. That was already a pain in the ass. Under threat of getting evicted, which was also not really something too pleasant. That's, yeah, what's 3k? Jesus Christ. Fucking hard pressed. Backbone run steal it is, yeah. Sadly, as I had to realize quite during my own struggle, there's only really so much you can back borrow and steal before you reach the end of how far that can get you, sadly enough. Still very happy that we're playing this and not Imagine having to contest with the abomination that is Veilguard compared to this. This is so much better. I mean, maybe it's an American thing, and you know, if you have an option to steal some wealth, well, go ahead. After all, I'm very much aware of how selfish humans are. I don't give a shit about, you know, ye older random average American. I do give a shit about the Kronos, so, you know, if you have to steal their wealth, I don't give a shit. Go right ahead, you have my blessing and my express permission to do so, obviously. Isn't it nice how the human mind works? It's like, well, I know this one person, so I care about this one person. Everybody else? Yes, not so much. As a side quest, let's try to sail around first. Let's get, you know, the borders checked out, as we tend to do sometimes. I do like that you can just, you know, randomly throw in some more quieter, simpler parts. Also makes it far easier to follow along with anything else that's happening, to be fair. Actually, we could get that out of the way. At least you're nice enough to record it there. It's a new island. We should land on the island. We should always land on the island. Isn't that just the island we were on already? Why is that? Why did you figure this is a new island? Okay, because we never was here with the ship, I guess. That's a reasonable thing to say, game. Yes, very, very reasonable. Yeah, I was about to say, this is probably going to be the lawyer, isn't it? Surprisingly enough, lawyers don't work for free. At least not if they can absolutely fucking help it. But I mind you, I don't blame people, you know, that doing their trade. It's something. Although I do sometimes think that the cost is a bit outlandish. Just a little bit. Boom! Ah, right, I forgot tax. You have a different sort of rhythm to your taxation than we do. Yeah, it's true. Just one more to wait a second. Shouldn't that be already? Oh yeah.
あの砦が見えてきたぜ。いやー、無事落とせてよかったな。
グレンは単純で羨ましいね。
いいんだよ、よかったで。みんな助かって、お前とも会えたしな。
それが何よりよね。
Yeah, that little ship was stopped.
改めてお疲れ様。
はいはい。
And it is not punishing you for, you know, sailing around like a fucking madman and trying to drift with your fucking ship. That's something. That looks like some flotsam over there. Good thing we are not stuck by that any longer. I guess we can do some tuna fishing. We're at it. Whoop. Nope. We're gonna get out of the water fish. That's the last thing I do.
本当に立派だ。
すごいじゃねえか。
Oh, that thing is over 2 meters in length. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that can feed us all. Yeah, it shouldn't actually take that long now that I look at it. Like, who cares about some stupid fucking flotsam in the water? Actually, I'm pretty sure even without a shield, just with the relatively nicely enhanced ship that we have now, we should be able to just break through that, but... Yes, you do need to have some reason for your game mechanics. Which, to be fair, no. We should have that. Yeah, that also doesn't really sound good, does it? Really? It does not really sound like an environment.
よし上陸しよう
It would be ideal, to put it mildly. A new little island. What nice little treasures can I find here? Get some people here steal all of the fruit. Sadly, quite often in situations like this you end up in a scenario where logic and reason does not really prevail, sad as that might be. Yes, go there. Go adventuring. Which sadly is actually not nearly as uncommon as one would think. As I said, such situations usually tend to bring out, not the nicest aspects of humans. So yes, honestly, going all in and making it very much clear-cut what rights and responsibilities both parties hold would probably be the only way to end this. We shall indeed. Shall we explore, see if there's any fishes we can get out of the water. Yes. Fishies. Fishies? No fishies? That's surprising actually. I was about to say, there must be some fishies somewhere.
ここなら釣れそうだな
If there's anything worthwhile in there, that is of course another question.
やってみよう
No. Okay.
マナよ
Fair enough, game. Fair enough.
なんだろう
Maybe you make the trees all shiny.
まだよ
Well, I guess we're getting some free fruit then. That's the really reason to make all of the trees shiny. That makes it really hard to navigate. And see all of the other things I would rather like to pick up. So there's that chest up there. Huh? What am I gonna get up there? Probably from somewhere back there. I could take an educated geese. Yep, it's an orange. Nice. Maybe I should unlock this stone though, shouldn't I? Just so we have it done.
一息つこうか
And I would like to get some more rainbow shit. Let's get this in. Some lemons. And of course you wouldn't just let me go without a good reason. Of course not, okay. Of course not. That would be far too easy, wouldn't it be? Well, well. Is what it is. Well, thank you very much for dropping by, Carlos, as usual. Enjoy your match. Get your work done quick, without too much nonsense. That would be ideal. So you can come back and play more games. Always a good idea, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
いや
That is indeed rather strange, isn't it? Yes, this fruit is rather suspicious. It's a nice example of when you find something that just looks too good to be true. Well, most likely it is indeed too good to be true. Huh? Suddenly there seems to be a lot more enemies. Yeah, you'll see precisely what I saw before. Like, did you really think I wouldn't use it? Games like Legend. I now introduced a nice little, you know, thingy-bob so you can see shit. I was just not expecting you to use it on this particular island. I got to use this particular skill. How much longer do I have to use this particular annoying skill? 78%. We are getting there. The first time I would actually consider using any of the mastery up items, to be fair. Let's say something. No? Well, somewhat. Like they say, just a matter of time until it's done. You just have to stay at it patiently and you'll be done, no matter how annoying the skill might be. Yes, yes. I'm really not that good at hitting the arrow. Hey, the little trash chester, chester. You see the appeal of having that freed up, to be fair, but yes, it's a thing now. It's indeed a thing now, for all intents and purposes. It's absolutely fucking unbelievable, impractical. Well, she has some interesting energy in herself. distinct feeling we're not just gonna go down a railway. Oh, you got actually have any armor on you. Remind me of that other dog we had to deal with. I'm not really that good at it, you know. Not really bothered by a nice excuse to doing several exploration, to be completely fair and honest. Quite the opposite. Free stuff and shit. Okay, so there's nothing else here, which means we only didn't go forward to there. Fair enough, game. Fair enough indeed. Which kinda counts as a wall of swords, right? Yes, it does. He's pretty fucking good at it. Well, time to explore further then. On we go, nice and easy. Yep. Found an interesting spot there. Nice and simple for once.
珍しいな。
Yeah, almost done. I do need to tune those up at some point in the near future, but then again, I really didn't have any of the good ones left, so I was kind of like, let's just wait until I get enough stuff to make some more, a little more on the seeds at some point. This skill really isn't that useful, so I'm absolutely advantage. I just want to get it done and over with quickly up. Jeez. I don't see any Pidgeys. What an NPC to talk to. This island is surprisingly larger than I had originally figured, to be fair.
この辺りはなんだか気になるな。こんなものがあったとは。ここなら釣れそうだな。
Well, I do have the distinct feeling there's not going to be any new ones, but
やってみよう。
there's really only one way to find out is there. Okay, so there's nothing here. We only really leaves that area. Hello, random stranger. At this point they're just zeros. I don't think they have much reason to care for most things, actually. I mean, why would they? It's a good question, isn't it? A very good question, I would say. There's a chest back there. Let's need to. So far, we know that there's a tree there. An apple tree, to be precise. But we're somewhat interested in it.
マナよ、この辺りはなんだか気になるな。こんなものがあったとは。
Plum. Neato. Neato indeed. Do we didn't get a second chance to crush wall? Indeed, it's rather sad. I smell more treasure. That is far more important than anything else. Pretty much. Put it down to the danger now that I finally finish it. Yes, I fucking did. Nice. Okay. What else do I have to contend with now? Quattro Blade. Is this going to be another annoying one? Yes, it's gonna be another annoying one, isn't it? Because it's a direct result of the fucking sword slash. At least that one seems to have some distance to it. By now, maybe. Don't need to complain too much. That one is nice and cheap. I kinda like it. Let's see. Since we don't really know which direction to go anyway, I guess it doesn't even matter. This used to be an exit. The whole vitality elixir out of it. What? Not a bad deal.
珍しいな。
Not a bad deal at all. Not really as strong as I would like it to be. To be fair, but alas, it is what it is.
いいものみたいだ。ここなら釣れそうだな。
That's probably downstairs, isn't it? Probably.
強くなりたい。何かあるみたいだ。マナーを使えば何か見えてきそうだ。マナーよ。見つけた。よし、やってみよう。
Yep, nothing of importance here. Fish-wise, that is. Sadness, sadness. I can foresee that too not becoming one of the most favorited skills. At least it's a bit cheaper than the last one we tried.
マナよ。
I really think shooting in a straight line towards me is a good idea. And I'm just like, yeah, I think that is a very good idea. Totally will gonna work. Come on. Fine. So now we did make away with that. Yeah, good. Get that out of the way. Before I forget about it. You're just gonna shoot at me in a straight line again, aren't you? Like, yes, I absolutely will.
ここは二人で行こ
Ah, there's a big one. Come on, stop fighting. Stop resisting, it's only good to drop them. It's the best way you can move forward in this life.
う。
What's the next?
ワクワクするな。
Come back here, fair enough, fair enough.